What are you doing? Are you taking a break? Or did you come to your senses and decide it's time to surrender? Something on your mind? Worried about your subordinate? If you're going to fight me, you should concentrate. If you don't, you're dead.
For what I wanted in this DLC, 11, I wanted them to give us the Android 21 transformation, maybe. It'll be in DVX-C3, but who knows, maybe someday.
Not in the mood to fight with you. What a pleasant surprise!
Kid Boo and Janimba is really getting on my last nerve. Get rid of them already, 21.
Well, I guess it's time to go hunting!
Here we go.
Not to bore me, okay?
That's good. It's Toa. Goodbye, Toa.
Now it's your turn. Do I say that you're worried? Isn't that so very kind?
I'm interrupting.
Oh my, wow.
Miss Newman. We capture her. And we synthesize her blood and we bottle it and distribute it worldwide as product. New blood.
Catchy. Are we supposed to find her?
In Japan, business and government work together. And when Tokyo hears about Miss Newland's potential, we will have immediate access to all of her intelligence assets. We will find her.
Why do you need us?
New blood will eradicate hepatitis V from the planet. Now, the only problem is the public has lost its trust in Yakunomko. They want proof that new blood works, which means we'll need a vampire's testimonial for the advertising.
Denied. No.
Do you know what 49% of a $3.5 billion a year company is? I thought so.
Pardon?
Within a few hours of collecting the sample, we had it perfect.
Then why aren't we already printing money?
Good folks over at Gillette, I know them well. They can fabricate a razor capable of lasting a lifetime. What they don't? An energizer, well, they can build a battery that can keep on going and going and going. But they don't either. Now, the point is, when our product, New Blood, goes to market, we don't want it to work too well. We want it to be a healthy habit, not a cure. You follow?
The shorter the half-life, the greater the profit.
Amen. Which is why a little trade secret. So I stay just there for the foreseeable future. Nobody can know about it. Are we clear?
We're clear.
To infinity.
Clear as a bell.
Xenoverse YouTube girl XXLit here. I'm your on-co-host provider from our channel called XSavage GH All Lit G6, your ongoing source into the scandalous merchandise products, entertainment, or life events that may come from anime, gaming, or news from associated elite.
Constructive criticism rant about this situation, overall about this subject towards the end of this video. Oh, and your boy XXDeadXSavage has something else to say too. Take it away, XXDeadSavage. See you all later, everyone. Best wishes.
Right away, Miss XXLit. Hello, girls and boys. This is your neighborhood YouTuber landlord XXDeadXSavage. Clocking back in. How are you all doing today or tonight? I am glad to have another week with all of you guys once again. Thank you all for still being here with us. And we want to give a shout out to the many people who asked us to give a shout out. We'll have your names and links in the description in the video down below. Also to the new viewers or passing by viewers, please subscribe to us. And for more context, so far we had a raid against Hercule this week. Miss XX is upset that we came in second. I apologize. I had to go to work. I couldn't have 3 full 4 days to complete in this raid. Please don't kill me. I'm sorry, Miss XX. Please, I'm so sorry. It's good to let other people be number one in the world for every now and then for these raids. Every now and then. It shouldn't have to be us every time, you know? Anyways, hope you all have been well. For the most part this week, for the Product Universe 2 has new information. Credit for information goes to 00, Demon Boy, 00, and DBS Hype. Follow them on Twitter. Links to their descriptions are down below. Also, we're going to have another raid this week against Android 16. The rewards are Android 21's clothing, of course. My coworker XX Lit already has it, so she's still going to do the raid regardless because that's the kind of Xenoverse player she is. Anyways, also, the PS5 has been announced for the world, and we also hope to see more info on its development coming soon. It's potentially confirmed that this new update is just an update. To call it DLC or update or whatever it's supposed to be called, it doesn't really matter to us. The fact is, we're getting something from this game once again, and that's all that really matters. We're not here to be the first person with the information but about the new stuff for Xenoverse all the time. There's already too many people doing that. What we do is just invite new people to the game, and we also hope that they can enjoy playing this game with less effort to help us keep this game alive for more longevity going forward of this game's franchise development. And then, when we have a chance to communicate with the community on topics like this, hell yeah, we are going to take it and talk about it, and because that's what we like to do. Because our goal is just bring new ways to play this game and enjoy this game with new things that could be put into this game to bring more longevity into Xenos or the future of anime games that could be inspired from this game platform for this base and to go beyond. It's been examined to potentially say that this update will also have some kind of offline tournament to receive additional updates week after week, which is fine with me. Our netcode is dead on arrival. We can only do raids of our unbearable connection. Hercule was on the other side of the map in almost every raid we did. We had to pursue him, and then when we arrived to actually keep up with him, he would then start chasing another online player who was running away from him. So I'm glad this update tournament for prizes is potentially offline. There will also be new raids such as Jiren. If this is anything like Hercule raid, I'm up for all of that. We need more strike raids, and the Hercule raid was a strike raid. It was so hilarious watching people use Spirit Bomb and Gigantic Roar on Hercule. I'm so sorry. I mean, Miss X-Lick told me not to talk about this, but I couldn't help myself. Seeing people hit 1,000 damage after they're done using those attacks on Hercule again and again. Come on, guys. You gotta learn that this was a strike raid. We even have a video on our channel telling people to go ahead and use this tactic to try to hit Hercule instead of just using a key blast. Anyways, Miss XXLit's gonna make another video about how she was able to hit 10,000 in that whole raid at one good percentage at any raid match she did using her characters. Also, our friend Jamil Web 526 from our community was playing with her. So as he played with her, he quickly learned how easy it was to hit cap damage. And in fact, he started scoring higher than her. So anyways, about these mascots for this game, I'm assuming it's more like for the girls Xenoverse players, but it would be wrong for me to only assume that. Its only purpose. So I had a theory, and it kind of matches with my coworker's theory back in May 2019 of last year. Well, here goes nothing. So I think these mascots are going to be used as a helper for lobby raids against upcoming monsters that would appear in the lobby. Okay, I'm not crazy. Just hear me out, all right? So these mascots will be used like the ways to heal us if we're under damage in lobby raids or in incoming attacks from monsters. Much like what we've seen before, but in old DBZ games that are discontinued, like the Dragonball online game. It was fun while it lasted. In fact, I thought DBZ Kakarot was supposed to be that kind of game, but I was dead wrong on that one. But oh well. But back to the theory of my coworker, Miss XX Lit's idea said something like, I just assumed to believe when she was on Twitter all last year setting those tweets about Nanako about the Android 21 costume, she also introduced the idea of giving Android 21 a role as the next Xenoverse villain that would take Toad's place. For more info on that, feel free to check out her video on our channel. I have to say, Grimjow and Kurosaki seriously got the most damage in this raid when we were playing with them, just using these strike attacks. Now, that is the true rivalry to me. These two characters are like the Goku and Vegeta of Bleach. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyways, back to the DLC of Freeupdate, whatever this thing is called, okay? These mascots, in my theory about the use of the mascots, I'm hoping that the mascots will be our lobby healers for ourselves against incoming demons or ghosts from raid monsters from Xenoverse past. So imagine you log into Xenoverse 2 and you see everyone forced to deal with one of these monsters from the past, and you can't do anything you plan to do today on that game session of Xenoverse. Instead, you are forced to go and jump into this lobby raid fight against this lobby raid monster. And that happens to take place in the Recreation Center Plaza of Xenoverse. So you must be forced in and you must go help and defeat this monster way out in the city of the lobby raid. And then in this lobby raid, this could be a megamorph creational monster as a demon or a ghost. Look at the size of the thing, you know? And then while you're helping people to deal with this monster unleashes demons and warriors to fight you, to keep you distracted from helping other logged on time patrollers to defeating the current monster, threatening the safety of the city. So the mascots are like mod souls from Bleach, you know, like Khan and the rest of them. And they're the ones who come to keep you and your characters from not losing your health in the lobby, or to activate your capsules for you to use in lobby to help clear your status from being poisoned or moving slow, or you're losing health because of the result of a battle in the lobby. So the mascots will come and take you to safety and heal you, and then you go back in there to help other time patrollers. And then after a while, the current lobby raid monster is kicked out the city, and the realm of Xenoverse is safe again for now anyways. Yeah, that's what I was hoping these mascots are intended to be bringing in a new game battle lobby raid mode that would randomly happen every other day in a week of Xenoverse, more like a RuneScape or World War of Warcraft concept event idea as a megamorph game. There is some interesting news about DLC for DBZ Kakarot. My coworker and Miss XX and her friends on Twitter and I are not surprised, and most importantly, neither am I. We did make a video about this game a long time ago before the game was released, and we basically said that in the video to watch how you use your money to buy DLC from DBZ Kakarot. And that's all I'm going to say about that too. Meanwhile, for Bleach, Miss XX and the crew and I are still waiting for the next possible Bleach character. And Miss XX is hoping the next Bleach character female will be a black female character known as Tyr Haribel. She is a spotted number 3. XX made this character a while back ago to look like Tyr Haribel on Jump Force and Xenoverse. She hopes the next Bleach character will be a female black woman to honor the events of what has taken place in our today's history and so on. In the world, to respect the lives of the lost and the lives of the many and the lives today that still focus and suffer through the many acts of social injustice. And that's saying Black Lives Matter. So regardless, I agree, because overall, Bleach is that kind of anime that respects and acknowledges the equality of social issues of many diverse backgrounds from all over the world. Tai Kubo, the creator of Bleach, did a wonderful job to represent that concept. Another artist that fought for that vision respectfully is the late Stan Lee. He will forever be missed in all of our hearts. As our artists like myself and Miss XX Slit, we owe people like them the biggest acknowledgement, because they open the door for all of us creators to throw in what we can do and offer to the table as creators. Due to timing and social infrastructure of our environment, the opportunity to go further than this was never made possible. Like my coworker, we've been hungry for this life for so long. Being deprived all this while has taken too much from us, and we cannot be silent about this anymore. We want to be a part of being the next innovation that will inspire someone to become the next Stan Lee or Akira Toriyama. And we want to give back, but we can't do any of that if we continue to being deprived from what we have been denied from us all this long. We're not asking for compensation. We're asking for guidance and your support for the need to know and how we can be good, possible quality service going forward, with hope to go to the next level of what we could potentially be capable of for the world. Thank you all for your support going forward. Discussion part about the video and how it ties into how games like Xenoverse can never die, because games like Xenoverse drink and milk from the fountain of youth. Let me Give credit to Zazen Incorporated and Custom Kit Gaming. These guys were here before us. They had this idea as well to make a video about this kind of discussions and streams as well. So I just want to give them a shine that they deserve about this focus. Links to their channels are in the description. Subscribe to them. They are OP and XX Lit, and I enjoy their content and savagery. Alright, now let's make this quick. Think about it. DBZ has immortality, and the game to live off from DBZ is Xenoverse franchise games. Now let's talk about the character you saw talking in this video review. The character you saw representing a CEO, his name is Mr. Gus. He's speaking to a vampire character named Pamela and Eric in this show called True Blood. It's an awesome show. Check it out sometime. In this short review, we gave you an idea to understand how a business can train customers to become loyal to their franchise without even blinking to think otherwise. And that is all possible through recreating the need to be forced to feel that the customer must feel like they need to buy this game as a demand for a customer to feel like they need this product. You can ask for whatever you want from a production to implement into a product, that being for personal use material brands, for clothing, perfume, technology, or simply a game. Chances are the company already got the feedback, but they will sit on the idea because they are strategizing on how to milk the cash flow from the suggested idea for additional longevity for the process of the products coming from that franchise. Mr. Gus in this video tells Pam and Eric that he doesn't want to make a cure to help everyone. Instead, he wants to make it a treatment. That way, it's not a one-time deal. It's not a one-time buy. It's a continuous buy on a demanded product. It's a payment process of corporate capital that ensures to create a loyal consumer audience that will continue to buy the same product over and over again, making that company rich and training the audience to abide to what they're being trained to accept from what that company demands of the audience. Mr. Gus represents any CEO of a division that decides what they're willing to implement into the product. For example, this product like this game, Dragonball Xenoverse 2, benefits this way from its customers. If you don't understand what I just said, rewind to the beginning of this video to review the process of this statement. If you're still here, listen up. Once the company officials understand their audience, it's a solid lock. They understand the formula in place. With the success rate of social media booming mostly during 2013-2015, a game like Xenoverse 1 was able to receive enough hype to obtain the audience to keep the motion of that game's success and franchise and future hopes alive. And that was the only possible through hitting the nostalgic nerve vibes that accumulated to the variable at times, but it works. Xenoverse brought an audience of all ages, and this formula works in all companies from all over the world. That is why Bandai was ready to obtain the rights to make Bleach game, because Bandai understands the formula in place. In Hollywood, we get a lot of remade movies because of comfort zone production, which means a production must work as fast as possible. That way it will secure the audience that looks forward to reliving the ecstasy of hype we all got the first time, but in real time, to achieve the nostalgic vibe for all ages around the globe. This is all done for the profit, so everyone gets paid. Ergo, Dimps and Bandai, all companies alike, that compromise on how to do business and make money from a loyal audience of customers they are able to create. Now back to DBZ. Everyone had chills for all the thrilling moments from the franchise for all this while. Needless to say, that is why games like Jump Force or DBZ Kakarot were all easily signed on to be bought and paid for and promoted through Bandai Namco. This behavior from Bandai is as if they are the Atlantic Records Company or Disney Company of Japan. Anyways, Bandai Namco has been strategically securing their business all this time. As we know, Jump Force and DBCK didn't meet all of our expectations, but the hype value from customers has decreased in recent times. Also, unfortunately, there is also a growing number of game players from those games that easily go back to Xenoverse. But at the end of the day, when girl and guy gamers just want to kick back and take an edge off, they are on Mortal Kombat, Destiny, Shinobi, Strikers, Final Fantasy, Left 4 Dead, Call of Duty, GTA, DBZ Fighters, Anthem, Fortnite, The Last of Us, and lastly, but not all, Xenoverse 2. We know the options from all these games lists are limited, but we keep playing because we hope the developers will do the things we want them to do to improve the game. And you see, That's the point, because in these following franchise games that manage to stay alive like DBXV2, the developers introduced an idea to the customers to believe that they have a control from the very beginning of the game they play. If any developer from any game gave the customers everything they asked for in the game from the jump, obviously we all know the plan for whatever is in store would divide the continuation of the franchise product, that being a game or an object or something we need to treat a defection or a cure to a brand fashions that girls adore. For all we know, there probably is a DBX V4 or a combination of the two being on PS5. Maybe DBX V2 on PS5 will be the DBX V3 when you purchase a DLC on PS5 that changed the DBX V2 into DBX V3. I know I've been sounding a little crazy for the last few years, but I'm seeing something here. It kind of looks like Pokemon. I may be wrong, but that's a whole other video of a different time. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, I'll stop here. The goal of this video was to help everyone understand the risk we take as customers behind the formula to purchase Milk DLC into DBXV2 and all of the games in any franchise enterprise products. And that is possible because the developers focus to understand their audiences they are using to reverse psychology to bait customers to be trained to accept what the developers only want to give to their devoted trained customers from time to time. So it's ironically true. Recreating the need for the demand is how to keep the money flowing for almost any gaming company, especially DIMPs. This is not news. Everyone knows this. The problem is the situation to notice is too noticeable. Anyone can figure this out. Even the mainstream Xenoverse YouTubers on this platform have cracked this code. Everyone from C-Rax, Rhymestyle, Super Saiyan Cabby, Classic, Ruben, Rub1, Nigoi, and King Factum, and Super Itachi, and everyone else. They all know this. They probably had these kinds of talks on their channels before too. So feel free to look them up. Remember, my coworker, Miss XXLit, she spent a whole year on Twitter last year speaking out to Bandai about the Android 21 costume. And now, after all this time, we have raids back to back where the costume is distributed to its customers of Xenoverse all around the world. I'm not saying that my coworker Miss XX is the reason we now have the Android 21 costume, but I will say those tweets got a lot of voices from people from all over the world, from Japan who supported Miss XX's statements to Bananaka on Twitter. If you see her tweets on this video, you'll see what she's talking about and what I'm talking about. And all I'm going to say is that it takes one voice to speak out against an injustice, and the louder the voice gets, things will change for the worse or maybe for the better. However, the idea behind the distribution could also be the concept of doing exactly what the developer wanted you to do, which was to create the kind of controversy loud enough that the developers can benefit from to get the developers more attention to the franchise and its product that they provide and sell to the customers, which then brings in the new potential customer audience, giving more sales and revenue and income to the overall game franchise product. So ironically, my coworker, Miss XXLit, may have got her Android 21 costume like the rest of the Xenoverse customers, but like Eisen would always say, everything is going exactly as planned. Anyways, the customer is now satisfied, but the need behind the recreation demand will still exist in Xenoverse and on other gaming products. Due to this formula in place, in theory, it's easy to say that Bandai Namco gave the okay to the recreation of DBZ Fighters and DBZ Kakarot as a gamble and as an insurance policy on the outcome of Xenoverse franchise. But low-key, I believe Bandai Namco is fully invested in Xenoverse because they know how low-key contagious Xenoverse can be to loyal paying customers and potential new customers from all over the world. Well, I hope that helps with the way I could explain today's video. We hope to see you all again, and we honor you all for being here with us. We greatly appreciate you all for tuning in and still rocking out with us all this while. To support us, subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for having us. Have
a nice.
Wins.
XX Savage is signing off. I'll catch you all later. Hang tight.
Everyone, best wishes.
It's on.
I can't get that back. So every day I go.